I am challenging myself to have a sketch session today, and I'm taking you along. I am so excited to jump into this session today. It's been a while, and I have been craving creating something, and specifically for the fun of it, because while I have been creating over the past few months, majority of it has been associated with Sunday Paper House and a work project. And while I love Sunday Paper House and creating for it, I also need to have time and space to play and create for the fun of it and have no limitations or expectations or any of those things. So we are specifically doing a sketch session because of that. No painting, none of that. I just want to have fun, and I think sketching allows me to have fun, and I feel more comfortable making mistakes or being silly when I'm sketching. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to set my desk up now, and we can just jump right into it. Okay, let's start by getting my sketchbook, which I have in my Paper Republic journal. I think I might, yeah, it lays pretty flat, so I'll just keep it in here. I'm actually almost done with this sketchbook, so let's see how many pages. I won't finish it today, but it feels nice to finally get back in here because it's been a while. I'm just going to put my page on a slant here because I'm left-handed, and that just works best for me. And I guess because we're sketching, I should get a pencil. I have this. There's no lead. Okay, let's see what else I have. Let's go with my Blackwing. It's also been a while since I've used my Blackwing. I don't think it needs to sharpen. I think we're okay to go, just like this. Should probably get the book in the frame so you can see. And I'm also, because I'm sketching and I'm not like just doodling, I'm gonna pull up a little reference. I'm gonna go on Pinterest and see what I can find as like a reference. You all know that I love fruits and veggies, so maybe I'll do fruit sketch. I don't know. Let's go with something like this. And I know I have it sideways, but sometimes, let me see if I can. Sometimes my stand doesn't stay standing. Okay, that should be good. All right, so let's just do some sketches. When it comes to sketches, for me, I take these like not seriously at all, which is great. Again, this is kind of the whole point of me doing a challenge that doesn't only include a painting, is because I want to ease back into it. And if I take myself too seriously, like I tend to do with paintings, like I'm gonna have a hard time, and I'm just gonna I'm gonna give up, so to say. So, starting with sketching, which feels a little less pressure for me, I think is a good idea. I also like sometimes scribble, like I don't know if you can see. I hope you can see what I'm doing. But as you can see, sometimes I don't just make lines, but I do little scribbles, and then it fills in on its own, but it also makes that solid, I don't know, structure. Sometimes I like to do that. And I tend to only do that with like sketching. There are certain things that I tend to only do, whether like I'm sketching, I'm painting, like I have tendencies, if that makes sense. Okay, let's move on from the tomatoes. I really like this olive branch. I've been really into olives, which you all know that I painted olives for Sunday Paper House, one of the pieces. But those are like pickled olives, like prepared olives. But I kind of like the olive branch vibes too. Sorry, you might be seeing a text come through, because I did not put my phone on Do Not Disturb. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. Let me put my phone on Do Not Disturb. because I shouldn't have my private texts popping up while I'm doing this. Okay. There we go. I also find that when I'm sketching, because I have like this, you see, like I keep going back and forth and back and forth, and I make like shading and organic lines as I do it, I tend to, at least in my opinion, I tend to do really well with leaves and florals and botanicals, specifically when I'm sketching. Sometimes I wish I could just use my sketches as like final pieces, because I end up liking how they look more than my finished pieces sometimes, just because it feels organic. And you all know that I love that. So this looks like a lemon wedge, perhaps. Anyway, it's been a really long time since I've done sketching. Like, I do it here and there, but you all may remember that at the start of the year, this was like a daily practice. Even maybe late last year, it was like a daily practice, because I wasn't painting, I wasn't doing serious work. Not that it ever needs to be serious. I think art should be playful all the time. But I wasn't really invested in art. And so I did sketching like this on the regular as part of my morning routine. And it's been a while, because it's no longer part of my morning routine. My morning routines are a lot less slow than they were when I was unemployed. And I have been painting, I have been creating more quote-unquote serious pieces, so I don't feel like it's as dire for me to sketch every single day, but it does feel nice. It feels freeing. All right, let's move on to the, what's this, an olive oil bottle? I always think that I'm good at doing these bottles, and then I'm not. Let's see. This one looks irregular on purpose, which I like. Let's go with it. That tends to be the reason why I suck at making bottles, is that I can never make it look even on each side, like on this side and on this side. Oh, I didn't even make space for the label. That's okay. I can do it now, I guess. Let's go like that for the label. I'm also, you can probably tell, but I try my best to not erase when I'm sketching. Like, any mistake is actually intentional, is the route I try to go with. I was just about to erase, but I'm not going to do it. Yeah, we'll just leave it at that. Cute. Okay. I kind of want to jam the cheese wedge in this way. Let's see if I can do that. The proportions are going to confuse me. There we go. I wanted it to be like perfectly, something is like very satisfying about it having fit in this little corner. Okay. Enjoying that very much. Look at those, I don't know if you can see, but look at those wine glasses. They're completely distorted, which is kind of messing with my head. But let's let's follow their lead. Whoever, by the way, I have no idea who drew this. It was just a random photo on Pinterest. I really do wish that I could more readily find artists' names and, be able to credit them on Pinterest. It's so hard on Pinterest in particular. Wow, this is really loopy and confusing. I kind of love that. It really challenges you to think about what you're actually putting down on the paper versus what you think something is supposed to look like. Mine does not look like that, which is the challenge, right? I remember when I was in high school, and I went to high school, I got into an artsy high school for art, for, like this kind of art. Obviously, there's all forms of art, but like painting, drawing, all of that stuff. And so my freshman year, I remember being assigned a project where you would have to turn the page upside down. And, well, it doesn't need to be upside down, right? You just have your page and you work from the bottom, and you would create a portrait of someone that you sat next to from the bottom up. So you weren't looking at it from the top down the way that you tend to associate, drawing pictures like left to right, top to bottom. You did it from here, and you did it upside down. So you were basically drawing a person upside down from the bottom as well. So it was like really mind-bending. And again, it was a lesson in kind of removing expectations from what you are drawing, and instead draw what you see and not draw what you think you see, which is, I think, an important lesson. I've heard other people say this. Okay, there's that. Let's do the little cutie expressions here. And one more. I so badly want to put like some sparkles around this, but you know what? Screw it. Why not? Let's put little sparkles. I think that about completes it. All right. So that is the sketch. Oh my gosh, I didn't sketch the most coolest thing, which was the fish. But we're kind of out of room here. We're out of space. Maybe I can fit a little portion of it over here. Like, what if I did the fin kind of just sticking out? Let's see what I can do here. Let's say the page, I cannot believe that I forgot the fish. Potentially one of my favorite things to sketch. Since it's shaded in, it might look. It looks so random because you can't tell what it's attached to just from this. Like, there's not enough for you to be like, oh yeah, that's a fish. Anyway, it looks weird. I should have not put that in, but this is the final product of our sketch. I really love this. How cute. It is definitely in the style that I like to sketch. Let's see if I can go back a little bit and show you some examples. Like here, I do like, when I'm sketching, I like to throw a bunch of random things onto a single page. So I am obsessed with this. Okay, friends, you know what? I'm just going to show you one last time what the results of this sketch session was. I feel really good about it. I feel like the fish at the end was not necessary, but there it is. and it is so, so lovely. I did use a reference for this, but you can tell from my other sketches that I like to do random pages of random things. And so this was really fun and fulfilling, comforting, and just something that I needed, something that I have been wanting to do for a really long time. So thank you for coming along with me on my sketch session. I hope it inspired you to just pick up a pencil, grab a piece of paper, and just have fun with it whenever you have the time to. I think this video is about like 15 minutes, so we were able to sit down, sketch an entire page within 15 minutes. So if you ever doubted me saying that you can do something like a slow living practice or something fun in 15 minutes, I have just proven my point in today's video, and I do hope that it inspires you to give it a try yourself. But thank you once again, and I will talk to you in the next video.